Hey guys, it's Natalie, your personal life coach. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe now and hit the notification bell for future content. You guys, I didn't think I was going to come back on here and make a video before the new year, but it's essential. As I was sitting down meditating last night and drinking my tea, I thought about New Year's resolutions. Before the year changes, people like to come up with New Year's resolutions, goals, plans, etc. I know for myself, I love to always come up with some kind of resolution to focus my year around that specific idea or that specific endeavor and say, you know what, this year I would like to accomplish this, that, and the fourth. And I put my foot to it, and that's something that I work on throughout the whole year. As we know, life changes, things gets in the way. So slowly but surely, as long as you have a goal, you can continue the process. So I thought about it and I was like, let's make a video today about some New Year's resolutions that maybe I can help you come up with. Around this time of year, there's usually 3 groups of people. Group number 1. People that don't really care much for a New Year's resolution. They're just like, whatever is whatever. I'm just going to go with the flow. Then you have group number 2, where they're in that contemplation stage. Like, yeah, I want to do some goals. I want to do some resolutions, but it doesn't have to start January 1st. Then you have the people who are like, yes, I have a goal, and January 1st is when I want to implement that goal and start with it. They're all great, because group number 1, somewhere along the line, they could be like, ooh, I want to start a change. I want to make something different of myself. I want to do this. I want to do that. Group number 2, it's okay to contemplate, right? Because you can weigh out your options and see what you want to do, see where you want to go, see what you want to get to, right? And then you have group number 3. Sometimes you can be so motivated and you're ready to start, and after a couple weeks, it tends to be bad. So you pick and choose. But primarily, the main objective is to get the goal done or to start the change that you want to implement in your life, and start it now. I always say, why wait for tomorrow when you can start now? It all has to do with your mindset and your frame of thought and your outlook on things. Because there's a lot of goals that I started halfway through the year. There were some changes that happened in 2020, and I had to rearrange everything and start from scratch and start over and look at things differently mid-year. So it happens to a lot of different people. So the important part that's essential is yourself and your mindset. As you know, this channel, we promote authenticity, growth, and mindset. So it would make sense, right? So if you think about it, you yourself is your primary goal, is to start with your mindset, start within, think about it. Think about, what's motivating you. Why am I doing this? Is it just because the new year's changing and I'm starting off a new cycle? Or is it because I truly want to do this? I truly want to make some changes and go along with it. You got to think about those things and weigh it out and see which one works best for you, ideally. So let's get this video started. Main New Year's resolutions is usually to lose the weight, to go to the gym, start a new regiment. That's usually the primary goal for a lot of people. But I'm going to give you a few more New Year's resolution ideas to have you thinking. So when the new year does come along, I have something that Natalie said in her video. Let me take one of those suggestions, or let me take one of those ideas and see what I can do with it. Suggestion number 1 for a New Year's resolution: design your habits as to how you would want your lifestyle to be. So it may be drinking tea every day. It may be that you want to eat salad with every meal. It may be that you want to start drinking 8 glasses of water every day. It may be that you want to start meditation. You want to start yoga. You want to start writing again. You want to start journaling. You want to start reading again. These are all things that are habits that you can start to slowly incorporate into your daily routines to add on to your New Year's resolution. Suggestion number 2, start a creative endeavor. Now, in 2020, I started a YouTube channel. Especially with my YouTube videos, I talk about that in some of the other videos. So if you haven't checked them out, check them out now so you can see what I'm talking about in this video. But starting a creative endeavor is something that is very, 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 very freeing, I can say. We're human beings, and I feel like human beings are meant to create. Whether it's procreating another human or it's creating, art, speech, stories. I feel like every human being is creative. We just have to find it within and seek it. So you may not want to start a YouTube channel. That's completely okay. But maybe you want to take on painting. Maybe you want to start writing poetry. Maybe you want to start editing. Maybe you want to start sewing. Maybe you want to start knitting. These are all things that you can implement into your New Year's resolution. Suggestion number 3. Try to change some bad habits. Now, along with adding new habits, you could probably want to break a habit for the New Year's. So instead of implementing more things, you could probably want to subtract more things. Sometimes subtracting is better and simplifying is way better for your life. So let's say you have a bad habit of eating after 7 p.m. Maybe you want to break that habit for the New Year's resolution. So that could be something that you might add on to your New Year's resolution, is that you want to stop eating after 7 p.m., which is completely okay. And maybe you have more than one bad habit. So what I would do is I would make a list of all your habits and then list them from 1 to 10, 1 to 5, however many bad habits that you may have, and see which one's a priority for you and start from there. Start checking off the list in order. So maybe you have 12 bad habits and you want to focus on one habit each month. You can go ahead, make your list, start that first habit that you feel isn't a priority for you, and then you go from there. Suggestion number 4, listen to some audio podcast. So I know this is, with this busy world that we live in, and we're always moving, going, and hopefully not so much during this quarantine, and hopefully that changes through 2021. What you can do is try to find a new podcast, try to inform yourself in different ways. Maybe riding in the car and you listen to the podcast. You may be cooking and you can have your headphones on while you're chopping up your onions or your zucchini, and you can listen to podcasts. Try listening to a new podcast, finding some more information, and that right there can just enrich you in other areas of your life. And just listening to somebody else talk can sometimes be soothing to you. And so you're not always up in your head and thinking this and thinking that. Or even if you're stressed out and you just want to listen to a different perspective on something, you can always come on this YouTube channel and listen to what I have to say also. So find a new podcast. That's suggestion number 4. Suggestion number 5, make a bucket list. Okay. With the year 2020, I have come to a conclusion. Not that I did not know this before, but life is way too short for anybody to take it for granted. And so therefore, we are not only meant to be robots, get up, work, come back home, do the same routine every single day. There comes a time where we need some joy, some fun. We want to create something, or we want to do something that's out of the ordinary. So I always suggest that people make bucket lists. So if there is 5 things or 5 different experiences that you have wanted to try or do, Try to make a bucket list and give yourself a time frame where you could do at least 1 or 2 of them in the year. It doesn't have to be the whole 20 or the whole 50. I've seen some pretty long bucket list, but at least 2 to 3 things within that bucket list for the year. And guess what? That can just be your New Year's resolution, is to get out and do something different that's out of your ordinary and have fun with it. Suggestion number 5, get out of your comfort zone. I know that getting out of your comfort zone is not easy. Every time I make one of these videos, you guys, I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I'm coming out, I'm talking, I'm putting myself on display, and it's not always so comfortable. But getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that you may fear sometimes is everything that you've ever wanted. Sometimes being vocal is everything that you ever wanted. Sometimes doing something out of the ordinary is something that you've always wanted. Instead of limiting yourself, try to make it a goal, or it's a suggestion that you can get out of your comfort zone for the year. And when it feels scary and it feels like you can't do it and you're frightened, try doing it. As long as nobody's in danger and you're not in danger, try doing something out of your comfort zone. Suggestion number 6, invest in yourself. Now, I know investing in yourself can mean different things, and I'm going to leave it up to you to decide what investing in yourself really means to you. But my suggestion is to invest into things that will help elevate you, that will help you grow, that will help you learn, that will help you be a better you tomorrow. Suggestion number 7, declutter your space. Now, I know this may mean a lot of different things depending on how you look at what clutter is, what hoarding is, what clutter may not be, etc., etc., etc. I always find that the less that you have in your living environment, the less you have in your space, whether it be your office, your filing cabinet, your drawers, the more organized it is, the better you have a grip on things. And I know for myself, I always find that the less clutter that's around, the less things that are around, it feels so much better. It feels, like I have space. I feel like I can breathe. I feel like I can dance. It just feels better, and I can breathe better. So try decluttering your space. And another thing, while you are decluttering, you can have some items that are used or things that have never been used, and maybe you forgot them in your closet and you never wore them. If it's shoes, if it's handbags, if it's hats, give them away as gifts, late Christmas gifts, or you can always look at different avenues online that you can just sell them, and you can make some extra money and continue investing in yourself. Suggestion number 8, reconnect with an old friend. So sometimes, life throws curveballs and we drift away from people. Things happen, we live, we learn, we grow, and you go in different directions. Sometimes, especially with the social media platform, you can try to reconnect with an old friend, or maybe the friend that you're reconnecting with, you just haven't done something special in a long time. And let's say the year has just been so tumultuous. Make that a New Year's resolution, connecting more with people, trying to get out more, and hopefully COVID and quarantining is over. I'm not even going to say that part loud because we do not want it to come into the new year with us. So try reconnecting with some old friends or loved ones, cousins, siblings, parents. Leads me to suggestion number 9. Call somebody and tell them that you love them. With 2020, I've personally learned never take anything for granted. And that is one of the advice I will always give and say to everybody, especially you on my channel watching this video. Never take anyone for granted. If you have a grudge or if someone did something to you, depending on the situation and how you feel, because healing is a personal journey, Pick up the phone. Call. Man, I love you. Hash it out. Talk about it. Do whatever you need to do to make things better. Because sometimes forgiving or just reaching out can make a big impact. And sometimes calling someone who you haven't talked to in a while, just like, you know what? I love you. I care for you, can make a big impact. Now, I just said a whole bunch of different scenarios within suggestion number 9, I believe this is, or is this 10? Suggestion number 9. So you pick and choose what you feel is appropriate to your situation and to your life and to your given situation. Suggestion number 10. Implement more self-care, self-love. Now, my channel is all about self-care, self-love, self-awareness, all about the self. So for the new year, I ask that you really focus on you, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your self-love, your self-care, and do things that is according to how you feel and how you really want to do things. All the suggestions that I just gave as New Year's resolutions are still up to you. I cannot force you. This person can't force you. That person can't force you. But only you can do it for you. So if you love and care for yourself, continue implementing things in your life to make it better. You guys, thank you for tuning onto this channel. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to like, comment, and share the content. I love engaging with you guys. And if I don't see you, which I don't think I will, before the New Year's, enjoy. Bye. Oh, don't forget to check www.onaturalcare.com for your essential needs.